Finding a hearing aid that works for you starts by seeing the right provider. At Physicians Hearing Services, we are a group of doctoral level audiologists with proven expertise unparalleled in Orange County. Our trusted professionals provide the best hearing care services that will improve your hearing health and your quality of life. Do not buy a hearing aid until you come see us first. Your lifetime of better hearing can start today by calling to schedule your custom hearing aid consultation.
And welcome back. Well, today from Physicians Hearing Services, we have Dr. Grace Hunter. Nice to have you here today. And we're going to be talking about the advances in using an iPhone as controlling your hearing aids. And I know those have been the apps have been out for probably a couple years now. So tell me about how this works, and that is every brand of Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids, can they operate off this app? Are there just certain brands? How does that work?
So the newest thing with hearing aid technology is that we're able to connect to the iPhone. And so any iPhone past the 5 is able to connect to devices.
Mm-hmm.
The two manufacturers that have the devices that are able to connect to the iPhone are the Resound, the Link Squared,
Mm-hmm.
and Starkey Halo.
Okay.
And so each one of those has its own application. So of course everything has an app these days, and now your hearing aid can have an app. And so it's paired from the iPhone
Mm-hmm.
to your devices.
Okay.
And then you're able through that app to manipulate the hearing aid, which is pretty cool. So you can manipulate the volume. Say for instance you're in a noisy restaurant and then you want to discreetly change that volume control. You
Mm-hmm.
can turn it up, turn it down, things like that. And it's all connected through Bluetooth. So Bluetooth directly to that iPhone, which is really nice. Mm-hmm.
Now, for those who don't have iPhones, is it the Android app on Google Play? They can get that as well?
So the Android, the thing with the iPhone is that it can stream directly phone calls, it can stream media.
Okay.
With the Android, it's not quite there yet.
Okay.
So you can use it as that volume control and that remote,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not quite there yet.
Okay.
I'm sure in the future it's going to be here though.
Right,
Yeah, so
right.
strictly
And
iPhone for now.
when it comes to accessibility, I think that Apple has always led the way on their iPhone for all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of things, for sight, for sound, and all that. I had asked you earlier when we were talking
Mm-hmm.
that, and I'm sure this will come about very, very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
if they're going to port that to the Apple Watch as well, because I know having that, I barely pull out my phone anymore, and how convenient that would be. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's just a matter
I'm
of time.
sure.
It's not
matter of time.
yeah.
I feel like everything kind of eventually it's going to all have that connectability.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
Really nice.
When it comes to those two brands of hearing aids, are there several different models that people can choose from as far as the ones that will link up to their iPhone?
It's typically the behind the ear device. So
Okay.
the piece that goes behind the ear and then that small little wire or tube comes down.
Mhm.
That can connect up. The ones that in the ear, it's going to be Resound, has that capability for the in the ear device.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And what about an iPad? Will that does the app matter?
Same thing.
Okay.
So it will connect up. So if you want to watch YouTube, if you want to
Nice.
stream media, you can stream directly to those hearing aids, which is very nice because
That's really
traditionally
nice.
you've had to have a streamer or something around your neck in order
Mm-hmm.
to have that compatibility. Now it's direct streaming straight to the hearing aids, which is really cool.
That is
Yeah.
really nice. Yeah. Now, it's just a matter of when you go ahead and get these hearing aids, you just download the app, and that's that. And
Yeah.
it's going to connect like any Bluetooth
Correct.
device, right?
Yeah. So we pair it to the phone or to the iPad. And the nice thing about it is if you have a phone call, if you're listening to, let's say, a YouTube video again there, you can stream it to the hearing aids and it's going to be tuned for your hearing loss. So
Nice.
yes, so it's automatically going to be able to give you what you're missing out on.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So a call comes in, you don't have to worry about putting even the phone up to your ear. You just
No,
answer
you
it that
click
way.
It goes right into the hearing aid.
That
yeah.
is very nice.
Yes, it's very,
Yeah.
it's ingenious.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
I can see how helpful that would be. As far as someone coming in and being tested for their hearing loss, there's all different stages there. At what point in time do you feel that someone needs something a little bit stronger, or someone even needs hearing aids? I mean, we all have, just from aging, just like we all may need reading glasses at some point, we're going to have some kind of, I would say, natural hearing loss as we just get older. But at what point do you say, okay, you know what, now's the time to maybe take that next step?
Typically, what I find is people come in, it's mostly family members that notice first. The television's been cranked up a little bit more.
Right.
You start having trouble in noisier environments. That's when it's time to come in, and then we can really see where our thresholds are at, where our hearing levels are at, and if a hearing aid is appropriate at that time.
Okay. I've often heard that it's usually, like you said, the family members who notice it first, because they're always looking at their their grandfather or something like that and going, didn't you just hear what I said? And of course they're usually like, yeah, I did.
We compensate.
Yeah.
I mean, we turn up the volume, we start leaning in a little more, we kind of fill in the gaps, and then we shouldn't have to do that. You need to get a hearing test.
Yeah, exactly. How often do you recommend just a general hearing test for folks? And is it different ages?
About once a year. We like to monitor it. If anything, if you're feeling like you're having trouble, get a baseline so we can see where we're at, and then we can monitor you year after year to just check that nothing's changed, that everything's stable. That's what we want.
Let's talk about protecting your hearing, because you have a lot of people in this community who are very active from swimming, which obviously you might have to protect your ears for that. There is wood shop classes, so they're using some kind of power saws and things.
Yep.
What should you do? I'm not going to say what you should have done, because a lot of the folks here, including myself, grew up at a time when you go to concerts and stuff.
That
and
history of noise exposure.
Exactly. Yes. But what are some of the simple things that people can do?
Just wearing earplugs whenever you're in a noisy environment. If you have to shout, it's probably too loud of an environment. So you're going to want to put those earplugs in just to protect your hearing. That's the main thing. I mean, I think it's kind of self-explanatory that if it's too loud, you got to get those plugs in.
Okay, what about swimming?
Swimming, if you're swimming all the time and you're prone to get ear infections, you might want to get swim plugs.
Okay.
It really depends on the person. So,
Okay. Yeah, I know we had those when my daughter was younger.
Oh, okay.
And the kinds of ones that you're talking about, the swim plugs are moldable, and they go in and they stayed in, and they're really inexpensive. I think $5 you get like a set of 8 or something like that. So they're not costly at all, but I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever you can do to protect your hearing, that's what we want.
Yeah, definitely. You want to do that, and maybe we still have folks here that probably go to a concert sometimes, and at the point that you probably should wear something.
If your ears are ringing after that concert, it was too loud.
I remember those days. Yeah, I remember.
Too many people do.
Yeah, you would go to the concert and your ears would be ringing, but as an 18-year-old, you're like, oh, that's how we knew it was a good concert, right?
I know. That's just, I don't like to hear that.
Yeah, I know. All right, great. Technology is just getting better and better in these kinds of things. I think it's wonderful that people can use their iPhone and control it to that level is just wonderful, especially as you said, you can sit there and just answer a call that way or stream from your iPad or anything like that. Wonderful. Good to have you on.
Yeah.
And I want to give their number. It's 949-276-4008, physicianshearingservices.com. And you can ask for Dr. Hunter or any of the other fine doctors and audiologists they have over there. Fun to have you on.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I love tech. All right, we'll be right back.
Did you know that most hearing problems are unique? Even individuals with the same hearing test can have underlying nerve damage that varies greatly. That is why customized, specific programming of the computers and hearing aids should be done by doctoral level audiologists.
Don't take your hearing health problems lightly. Get knowledgeable help.
Call us today for your custom hearing consultation.
We have been helping Laguna Woods Hear Better for 20 years. We are located right next door in the Saddleback Memorial Medical Towers.